Hey guys, my name is Julie and I'm one of your teen services librarians over at the main library on Goodwood. We're back with STEM shenanigans, and this week we're going to grow a giant crystal. Supplies that accompany this video are available at the main library in a limited capacity. Before we get started though, let's give credit where it is due. This activity was originally designed by ThoughtCo. There's a link to their instructions in the video description. To make an alum crystal, you're going to need a coffee filter, fishing line, a chopstick, 2.5 tablespoons of alum, 2 glass jars or cups, whatever you've got on hand, and a 1/2 cup of water. Our first step is that we are going to heat up our 1/2 cup of water. And if you don't have something to measure it out, it is exactly 2 of these condiment cups. So I'm going to use our break room kettle for this. You can use microwave, whatever. You don't want it to get boiling hot, but you want it like hot shower type of hot. All right, when our water's all heated up, we're just going to go ahead and pour it into one of our glass containers. What we want to do next is we want to start slowly adding the alum into our container. You don't want to dump it all at once. You just want to slowly add and then constantly stir with your chopstick. Our goal here is to create a completely saturated solution, and this means that the water will have dissolved as much of the alum as it is absolutely able to. So when it stops dissolving at all in your water, you can stop adding it. Okay, so mine actually took all of the 2.5 tablespoons, and then it's hard to see on camera. There's just a little bit of sediment at the bottom, which is perfect. What we want to do now is just stick a coffee filter on the top of this and leave it overnight. Okay, it's a new day, and let's see what we've got. We have got quite a lot of crystal growth. What we're going to do now is we are going to take our other jar and we are going to very slowly and carefully pour the water in. We don't want to dump the crystals in. We want to be able to get some of these crystals out of the bottom of here. Okay, so the crystals I had were formed in a ring around the bottom of my jar and they were completely stuck. I was not really sure how to get them out. So what ended up actually working was I heated up water in another jar and then I just set this in there for a while, let it heat up, turned it upside down, and was able to knock them out. So what I've got are these crystals. What I'm gonna do next is pick the one that I wanna grow. And then you could use whatever you want. The biggest, the best shaped, however you wanna do it. I'll go with this guy. You want to go ahead, take that fishing line and tie it around. Okay, so once you've got your crystal all tied up, you want to next go ahead and tie the other end of the fishing line to the chopstick. Okay, we can set aside our other crystals. That jar of solution you have comes back. And what you want to do next is actually lower the crystal into the jar. And you don't want it to touch the sides and you don't want it to touch the bottom because it will grow onto the bottom and you're going to have the same problem I just had. So get it to where it works. And then you're just going to cover it with the coffee filter and leave it. So you're going to leave this guy hang out for as long as you want for your crystal to grow. As you are leaving it, you want to check on it every day. And if it's growing onto the sides or to the bottom, if there are more crystals growing, you want to take it out, dump it back into your other jar, and then clean out this jar. If there's more than one crystal growing in this thing, it's going to take up alum and your other crystal won't fulfill its potential. The other thing is with the other crystals you may have, if you want to make another alum solution, pick some up at the supermarket, you can grow these too. Okay, let's see what happened. Go ahead, take your crystal out and set it on something to dry, paper towel, dishcloth, whatever. Okay, when your crystal's dry, go ahead and you want to snip off that string, the fishing line. My guy had some stuff on the end, so I'm going to cut that off as well. All right, and so we have made our own alum crystal. I'm gonna be completely honest here. A lot of times when we're doing this, I'm learning with you. So I followed the instructions exactly from ThoughtCo. However, I would recommend instead, when you leave it sit at first, you would only do that for like maybe 6 hours, then take a crystal out and go from there. I'm gonna change that on the instructions, but if you're watching the video for the first time, ignore what I said about leaving it overnight. 6 hours should be good. So enjoy your crystal. Okay, so now it's time for the science. Alum is the common name of potassium aluminum sulfate, and you can buy this in the spice aisle at any supermarket because it's used to pickle things. But why does it make crystals? Crystals are just solids whose atoms or molecules happen to form in very regular geometric shapes. The way that their molecules interact just naturally put them in these shapes. So table salt, for example, makes cubes, diamonds naturally fall into lattice patterns, and alum makes octahedral shapes. It's not magic, it's just chemistry. If you have any questions or comments about today's activity, holler at us. Our phone number is 231-3770, or you can leave a comment on this video. Better yet, tag us on Instagram and show us what you made. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see you next time.